Alright, so in the last lecture we created a very basic, what would you say, Tkinter window. There was nothing in it, nothing too fancy, it was just there. So the next thing I want to talk about is labels, adding text to your screen. For example, let's say I wanted to add a label onto that screen and say, welcome to our window, welcome to our app. How would I do that? Well, the first part of this would be initializing that label. Alright, to initialize that label, it works like any other Python variable. What you'd do is you'd say, let's call our label, label I guess, and set that equal to the function label, okay? So we're saying label is equal to capital L label. Actually, you know what, change the label to something else. Let's call it the label, okay? So the label is equal to label, and then in brackets set which window is it part of. It's part of our root window. And then you want to set what's the text equal to. So like I said, it's going to be something simple. Going back over here, this is our Tkinter window. Alright, so this is our Tkinter window. Very interesting. And if you just run this, let's go ahead, Command S or Control S, whatever you have for your machine. I have run this and my Python launcher will now appear. Right now you see nothing, alright? And trust me, don't worry, there's something wrong that we have done and we'll get to that. But why are we seeing nothing? Why is this blank? We have initialized this variable, but nowhere are we saying add it into this window. So right now all we've done is we've initialized the variable, we've said it's part of the root window, but we've not say, hey, put it directly into that window. So this is where the pack, the pack function comes in. What you want to do is you want to say the label.pack. So to understand what's happening, whenever you add a widget, and trust me, in GUI programming you'll always be adding widgets, you first create the widget, and then once you've created the widget, you have to pack it into the window. So basically all packing does is it adds that widget onto your window screen. So again, it's a very interesting concept, .pack, and whenever we create a widget, we always want to pack it into our root or our window. So go ahead, save this again and hit F5, and now if you notice, as soon as our Python launcher runs, we now have this is our Tkinter window. Isn't that cool? So a very neat or nifty thing you can learn. So labels, alright, this is our introduction to labels in Tkinter. We created a very simple label and it looks pretty neat. Just for fun, let's go ahead and add one more. Command C these two lines. And let's remove let's add 2L, so label, and this is our second sentence. Whoops, second sentence, alright? So we're packing the first label, we're packing the second label, save this, F5, and now we're gonna notice that we have two sentences showing up on our Tkinter interface. Very interesting. So this is pretty cool. We have now added some neat labels onto our screen. You can use this in any way you want. Right now, if you notice, as we continue adding our widgets, they're being layered one after the other. So top, then underneath it, and so on. So as of right now, we haven't discussed placement, how to fit the widgets in your layout, creating a layout, stuff like that. So those are all things we need to discuss. Anyways, I'm going to end the lecture here. Very neat introduction into labels, and let's go ahead and in the next lecture talk about buttons. See you then.